I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Welcome back, everybody, to CTA Review. Today is May 8th, Thursday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today. And we discussed that we would either probably keep going up if we're going to keep being bullish. One of the options, they already showed it in Asia by having higher lows, getting above this high. You have no business being above this high if we're going to sell, right? So they're already outlining building liquidity here to then rate it later after a retracement. Very simple. If you watch yesterday's video, I know it was long, but hey, this is fire stuff. And if I start making these videos, you know what I'm saying, you know, you have plenty to watch. Of course, that's the purpose of this channel, so you can see it for free and everything. But really, I mean, everything else is self-explanatory after this, right? But in general, you see that I'm talking about us pushing up. I had an option of it coming down to here and then buying up, and that's actually what it did. This is the time of me making the video. So I made the video at 422, right? They ended up dropping down to wipe out some buyers, then pushing back up. So how do we maneuver around that? Okay, well, Asia and London gave us the flow. As you see here, we came back down. Oh no, I'm sorry. We didn't come back down, right? So we didn't come back down anymore, and that was us just keep buying up. So as you see, the opening gap for today, pretty much pushing up all the way right to, as you see, that bearish daily imbalance. That's already on the chart. It hasn't been moved. These levels are the same, just dragged forward, right? So obviously we're reusing them, and this is perfect proof of algo flow. I mean, we're coming to the 25% here. We're above the weekly opening gap for this current week. So in general speaking, that means we're, you know, a body above this area. But when we're up here and I'm catching this sell from here, beautiful trade from up here early in the day. Why? We have 8:30 news, pretty weak, but fake move that they pushed it up. So I already had here, look at this raid. See this high right here? And then we raid it, and that's the buy side raid right there of that liquidity. We also have the 25% on the top right there. See that in the level? You got 50% right here, and you have the midnight level. Just showing you these areas. Obviously the gap in purple, but you see we break, and then retrace it. This is a 5-minute imbalance. Take a look at the 5-minute imbalance here. It's tagging it there. This is a basic support resistance. You see this little blue line. We break through again and come right back. I can put this blue line just like right there, right? So control of price. See the up candles, and they control the price. Never goes any higher. Lower high, catching it early, so 8:30 pushes it up. Weak ass candles, and showing me that, hey, we're hitting this 50% of the literal imbalance of the inversion. But what's the understanding is that we're looking for a dump and a pump. Why? Because this is a high. This is a new high. We came up and we made a new high. Forget if it's a higher. It's a high, and then we're gonna come back down for a higher low. Why? To wipe out the easy buyers here. Very simple logic. So that's the sell that I first take right here, and beautiful, comes down. And when this made this low here pre 9:30, it does not take out that low. You see that? That's the one from London, right? So we don't take that low out, and we're right there. That's why I allow it to retrace back up. Perfect level of hits. I didn't want it to come this deep, but me knowing that they already didn't take that out, I know we're coming still back down. It's a low than that, and then this is a lower high. Very simple, holding it down. Now the 9:30, not even worried about it. Look at the 9:30, it's already opening at the 50. So it opens at the 50 and then tags it twice right there. You see that? Algorithmic flow already coming into this current week gap, and then boom, coming up, down, above it, and coming down, coming right back up to it, selling from it, and then boom, tick right there. You see that? This is not random. So it pops up and boom, uses that resistance. It's already holding. 9:30 isn't even so weak, doesn't even tap it. Gone. Where's it shooting? Shooting straight. This cell shooting straight for this area right here. What do we got? The opening range gap. We have that top 25%. We have this bottom 25% of the pink daily bearish imbalance. We have the projection here, 1 and 1.5. That's why I allowed this to get retraced. Target is 2 to 2.5. I got a very clear depiction of where I want it to go in this cell here, and we tag it. It's all nested here, this area, and then we have a first imbalance right there. So also breakout level. See that level right here? See how we bust through it? And obviously when we sweep that, there's an imbalance in between that breakout level, whatever. It's just a logic. It's just simple logic, right? Algorithmic 25% coming down. Now, where we're going to go when we're down here? Well, we got the opening range gap. We know that's 50. For me, already in early, I want to trail and take the target to here. Then what do? Well, we're creating lower highs still. This is still move from the up here. This is the retracement back from high to higher low. Very simple. So that means if we're here in that time of price action, then I'm holding the trade, and then it's also a sell by sell first in the dump, and then lower low, lower high becomes another control of price. 1, 2, 3 candles up. Notice how we do not ever break up above the highest candle. This is, oh, what do you coincidence? What a break and retrace into a resistance, a simple price action. And then boom, targeting the 50, coming back to the first imbalance right there. And then tagging that 25% of the top of the opening range gap, all nested, beautiful areas coming to it. And then to catch the buy from here to here is algorithmic, but you'd have to take the profit. Otherwise, they're still not done coming down with the drives. And if you're watching a video and you're questioning, you know, when do I take the trade? Well, first of all, you want to take it at algorithmic levels. So that's a 50. When we come down here closer, we have the top 25% of the gray gap, plus now this bottom 25%, that's also nested together. Look how we tagged both levels. We tagged that level first, literally on the head. Then we tagged this level, right? And then where does it go? Shoots back up to the 25% of the bearish imbalance. Also tagging the top 25% of the opening range gap, both nested. Missing the first imbalance by a hair. I don't even think it missed it. I think it did by a tick. See that? But the logic, that's a low. So control the price here. Lower, low, lower, high, lower, lower, high. So it's still coming down. And if you're asking the question where besides algorithmic levels of you want to include the drives coming down, right? So 1, 2, 3 drives. It's actually 4 with this little wick right here pushing down. But what did they do? Take a look here. Even if you bought this, you could take profit here, but holding it is a little bit too early. They're stretching it out all the way till 11 o'clock. Ooh, we got time involved. I take this fire buy right here. And just to show you, I take the buy all the way up to the 9:30. I'm jumping ahead of myself. But you see, once we tagged that 25%, we came down, right? We came up, got into this imbalance right there on the 10:36. And time involved, 10:50, 10:52, 1, 2. And 3, push it down all the way to seal perfectly the opening range gap. Like they seal it perfectly, like to the tick. All right, and that's how I was able to get in this trade. How? Because, well, we got these large 3 down candles. It looks like a finale. Obviously, you have to be able to see that with your eyes, right? But we're in the gray gap. We're knocking on the 50, but we're really refined to the 25%. Look at the body sitting by it. And then obviously to the tick there, and then this next candle wicks into this down wick. It doesn't break it. That's an entry model. And then, you know, these equal lows here, squeezing out, but very dirty. But algorithmically, if you knew this was just a basic higher low, look to the left here. Oh, you don't say. That's incorporated with the drives that, you know, because, you know, when I'm taking the sell from there and I took it down here, the 2 to 2.5 is also nested with this area that I talked about. Okay, so that's why I took the trade out, because it's a minimum goal, and it could be it could be very bullish, and it could buy from here. It could definitely buy from this top 25% with this nested here and go up. So with that, you have to play it smooth. So anyways, the point is that besides that being a minimum target, that I'm showing you this is the minimum target. But the look to the left here on the 15-minute. Look at these 2 candles that bust through as us giving the signal wasn't in the option that I gave you in the video here. Well, if we're busting through, well, that area where it busted through is we're coming back to it, because it's obviously, push out traders and imbalance and easy, very simple, right? Look at the 50%. Look on the 15-minute chart. You can see that the bodies are hovering right above the actual 50%. You can't see that on the 1 minute though, right? But it doesn't matter because that's just, smaller time frames. Even on the, well, I want to go there. Does it matter going a 5 minute or not? But the point is that, look at this next 11 o'clock candle coming in. That's time involved. That's why we're taking the buy here. And when I take the buy, why am I taking the buy? Well, obviously, if it's a higher low, you got all this built. Look at the lower highs. Very simple to come and target that plus that liquidity above, right? And that's really the case. And getting outside of that bearish daily imbalance that we did here. And then, but why did I take it here, though? Why did I take it here at minimum? Because it's the 930. When I'm taking this buy here, I'm holding it. I got a projection here. 2 to 2.5, whatever, 3.5 to 4. You can change this. At the time, it was the way it was. I can move this to here, just for example, and then you'll see, even if you're holding. But for me, I've already, so I came to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish, which was move down 1, got some of that, and then move 2, got some of that. And sometimes they're in smaller ranges. Yeah, if you could look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down, right? And then 8 is the mover, but the leg down coming in is just 1, and then the push up is 2. Very beautiful, to be honest with you. Can't get any more easier than this. But that's just, the logic is what's powerful. It's profound, but it's simple. And then when we'll forget the projection even, but in a second, the point is algorithmically from the seal of this level. I mean, I'm talking about I bought it from right here all the way to specifically right there. Let me just show this trade so you can understand that even though I might sound like I'm bearish and I want the price to come lower, this is to show you and prove experience that we don't fall in that trap, and it might be an Achilles heel. In this sense, we have experience to flow with where it's going to go, right? We're able to switch directions even if, and I'm not saying we were bearish, we were constantly coming up, but we understand that the bigger picture of this lower high that it's creating after the big break, right? So that's the conversation, but to show you that we are still able to switch directions. 1 second here. All right, don't want to make this video long or anything. But just to show you the fire. Where is it? Here. So boom, that's algorithmic, perfect level, specific levels. Look how you can see the 1 minute, also closing by and opening by the 25% Gary gap. But when we tag here, you can see it literally snap to that opening range gap bottom level. Okay, so that's algorithmic, right? Just like that. That's just like that right there. Okay, and just like right there, bro, you can't make that up, bro. So then this next candle wicks in deep. Got it. Guess where I'm going? I'm being very specific with this exit here, or this minimum target. Of course, you could say the first imbalance could be a minimum target. It could be this high, depending on your risk tolerance, obviously. But in general, if we broke through here, I know that they want to come sweep this up. And again, I also know that we're obviously higher possibility of being higher high to hold this all the way through, right? But 930, I just got done saying that this was very easy. Look at hitting that 50% right at the 930 level, and it just drops. So you know it's coming forward, and this is I can't get any more perfect from the bottom of this opening range gap to the top, which is obviously 930. Yes, I understand we have all this above, right? But the point is that when this candle snaps right here, I'm talking about up top here, snaps to the 930, right there is is algorithmic delivery, and I'm screenshotting that. It's, as you see, it's right now, this candle, if I show you back, it closes. This 1125, this closes hard or strong. But when it snapped first, it's just showing you, yo, I can't get any more better than that. And in the explanation with the proof. But okay, look at this. No shit, Sherlock. Okay, so we anyways pushed up. I get squeezed out in the opening current week gap, and then it's over with. I don't even need to be right to take out this high. Why? Because I've already took a shot down. I took a shot up, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to be longer. And the time was involved. It was already London close, so I'm good. I'm not trying to stay here. Guess what? It pushes up, and then now it's hugging around that top. Look at that. So very simply, you see, look at the speaker there. And then retraces back. Why? For all these breakout easy traders. Because guess what? Even when my delivery got pushed here and you take the profit out, they made higher lows. If it's really bullish, it's pushing. You can see by the candles. Look when they shift. You first get the bullshit, right? Then you get these strong 3 candles that are all closed bullish. We never dip back in. Then it's little miniature pullbacks on the way up. These are yellow candles. Obviously, look at that right there, algorithmic right there, bounce right there. Man, we can do this all day. Opening right there at the 50s. See how it just opened right there? Anyways, point is that these are, you can still even enter in and ride the wave up if you're confident or if you're still trading. And me personally, no, thank you. But why are they coming back down here? Well, it's a new higher high and obviously fucking higher lows here, previous higher low there. Where's 50% of this range? I mean, I'm not even trading and not marking anything up. Oh, we got to 2.5. Don't forget about that. Beautiful 50% of that. Oh, look at that. Beautiful that. Coming right back to the current week fucking gap, right? And we still don't know. And this is now that indecisive week that I was actually thinking about last week going to do that, but it did not. But now to this week's turning into that. We could do a lot of things right now. Again, not to sound like if I'm bearish, but it could definitely sink and come back and get this liquidity and come lower because of the lower higher time frame macro situation of all the shit show that's going on and all that. You understand. So very simply, but keeping it cool, that's a higher high, and we're selling off to make a higher low. Look how they, just to prove it, they came down in here to wipe out the easy buyers right here that pushed through here. And then they pushed all the way up deep. So if you were in this sell and you're trying to hold it for the basic understanding of this fucking higher high to a higher low, understand when I took this sell from here, I'll put that on the thumbnail just so you see it. I already showed you the buy. I'll put that on the thumbnail for the video. Okay, this sell from here to here. But, this squeezing all the way up here is the same logic. If you were to have sold from there, no. This is something where this was a lot more. I wasn't even ready, obviously. It was too early. But I was still able to flow in because it's Thursday. And oh, look. I was going to tell you high, low to high. And for 50%, we just eyeballed it. We just hit it right now. I don't even have to, that's a mean reversion model. Very basic. So the moves were, as you see, bro, come on. It's too easy. Beautiful. Coming right back to the 930, sweeping lower. But the point is that this is that imbalance. Notice how the switch happens at that same level that I took the sell to a minimum level. Look at this. Right when this sold down, this pops up. You don't know if it's going to keep going up yet until now, like right about here. Then it comes above and it swings higher low, bounces on that 25% of the pink bearish daily gap. But anyways, it's already coming up and it's gone. But that switch here is happening in the same area. Exactly. Right above that high. That high made that low. That's a break of structure. It just bounces. This is a basic support block right here. And then it just slithers up. Okay? And not giving you any swings or opportunities. But that's why it rushed down to come back. So not a coincidence that we're almost in the same area as where this switches above, right? So really we got move 1 down, move 2 up. I'm only looking for the 2. There's 3 or 4 moves to 5 sometimes. But this is time distortion taking forever to make it happen. And right here you can see the switch here bouncing right on top of that, boom. And then we're probably coming right to it. But the point is that it's a breakout area. Very simple logic. I'm sorry, but the market is hard and it has been a little tricky, but at the same time, it's actually been really nice. So keeping this is keeping as simple as you can fucking get. And then let me move forward very simply. Dollar keeps pushing up. So not sure if that's a good sign for us to now sell off hard We'll see. But as you see here, we had some the when we were selling here. For me personally, we already had lower highs here with Nas, and we had higher highs here with Dow and S&P. So we had ended up having another high a divergence here, and then that was just beautiful, catching me all the way through from 8:30. This was like the second confirmation of the right direction for me. Basically, I'm just looking to swipe out easy sellers. This vacuum cleaner is coming up and down and trying to do its best. The monkey on the back, which we are, right? So that's why they're pushing up like this. And look, notice every candle. Even if you're asking when to enter, if you're not on the left side of the curve, you're on the right side of the curve. So if you're trying to catch these, you're waiting for imbalances and all these perfect things. Well, the general price action is all you sort of need. But as you can see, as it's pushing up, it's locked. Each candle closes, and the entry is the next. As soon as it closes, the entry is that level. Just perfectly keep going up. Boom, right there to try to shake you out. Anyone trailing their stop below that candle, but that's why you want to kind of carry a candle below and a half. And then but as you see, all the way up, baby, simple, smooth, and yeah, no divergence there. That's a higher high. That's a higher. That's a higher. Yeah. So, look, man. Look where it's going, man. I mean, it's just scary how how good we are here, bro. I'm not here for fun. This is some OG shit, right? That guy right there. Look at that. They tagged him. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we've been slithering up. Notice how we slithered up. I had that highlighted, and we finally algorithmically tapped it. But now that they tapped it, it's fair delivery. I'm telling you, this motherfucker can sink all the way back down to this gap. So, because there's no body there. There is no body there. It's still a gap. So interesting. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of ugly. But slithering up, right? And S&P also now in that gap high, just kind of creeping up slowly. I'm okay with it to keep going up. Listen to me. I don't care if it sells off or not. It's at the moment we're just doing higher highs and higher lows. You're probably going to see some type of sell off soon, though. And I think it's going to happen next week. But and then that's the other part of the conversation is that I was talking about, is this going to be a bearish week or not? But the body is up here. The price action's up here. So we're not getting the body down here. So Thursday, I don't see Thursday continuing down this way because, my dude, we went above this high. We came up. That's why I'm drawing that example. We push up. In the push up, you're obviously going to get a higher high and a higher low, right? So that should go without saying. I didn't say that, but I mean that's why I took the sell here, because I know we've made a high. So coming down is just a dump then pump. Very, very, very nice model, especially when it's bullish at the pre-moment. But Thursday could also be a reversal, sure, this and that, but man, they just dragged it till 11 o'clock, and then London closed. They already pushing it up to wipe out all this and continue it all the way to lunch, right? So it's just that's it, man. I don't think I'm missing anything. Also, we had that push up from that candle of Nvidia, for example, yesterday. So as we pushed up and then we gapped up, right? That right there shows you that we're already high. They've already wiped out this. I talked about this area. Didn't even need to draw it or nothing. There's a gap right there too, by the way. Almost perfect level. But because of this bullish candle and the gap, the sell for me coming down first as an external range, coming into an internal range, obviously like it dipped into that imbalance plus a breakout level area, right? In a way. And then once we came down here, the buy was in play to then push back up. Obviously, we're bullish in this moment, but are we extending? We have to break this high to be bullish, right? Because this high makes this low. So they can squeeze up and still roll over. But the purpose is that if we're getting the higher highs and higher lows, you don't fight it. Or as you can see, the trades I'm taking, I'm not fighting it. So purposely, then buying it, and then it went back up, and now it came back down again. So we don't know again what's gonna continue from here. But the logical of 1, 2, fucking 3, and then now we might get 4, or it might keep coming down. Who knows? But equilibrium, great trade, just this trade alone. And then you already have the macro of the power hour here, and as you can see, 350, boom, coming right to in the direction of obvious price action, making higher low or whatever it ends up doing. But we're sitting at the 50. Look at the price. Look at the price right now as I'm making the video to prove it. It's sitting at that 50. The same level. 169 and a fucking quarter. Yo, you can't make that up, buddy. And that's a nice minimum target too. 930 is nice too. Yeah, nested together. All right, I said enough. And then as far as next week goes, if I was to do this projection situation, I'm definitely gonna say if we're bullish, we just pop up, right? And then it's possible that we aim for this guy here. And then now we know that we've got all the support resistance guys, resistance traders, sellers, they're out the way, right? Because over here, they're not really interested in too much selling. They're not worried about that. The 401kers are the ones who are buying. So, but they are going to come back up for the sellers. But most people, you're not selling here because you wanted to keep buying. So they're holding, right? So, but this was an objective. If I do the range from here to here, this is how I make videos long for sure. But if I do that, as you see, we've already hit the 50. But if you make this into a, let's go into a, you can see that 61 we're sitting at. This is retail shit, right? But it's just taking out people who are selling, right? So, very nice place for it to sell off from, or do we come back up here, right? Not saying that I'm going to use that per se, but I'm just visually giving you an explanation. All right, so if it's not bullish and it doesn't do that, then what's it called? I mean, Monday. I know tomorrow's Friday. A lot can still happen. Um, I don't know if they're going to sweep this or not, but I mean, I would definitely say that it would just kind of do this, right? I mean, very simple. There's nothing else I could say, or maybe it does this, does this, or something. Who knows? But the flow, right? Again, I don't need to even have a bias every day, but I know the options and the other options that I gave you for when the video was made, fucking right here, and it said it could sell off. Well, we didn't get that. We went this way. We didn't go this way. We went this way. Keeping it simple, man. 28 minutes. That's decent. I think I've talked about everything else, right? And yeah. Oh, this month here, this see that box right there? That's the monthly. It's a monthly imbalance. Look at the 25%. I'm gonna hover over the 25%. We're kind of underneath it now. Look at the 50%. We didn't hit it. See that? So which would be above this high. So that 50%, if they want to come and tag it, they can. But to me, to be honest with you, as a monthly imbalance, they don't even need to come back up there and tag it. It can sell off from where it is. But if it's coming up, it's going to, hit here and then maybe up with this 25%. I'm gauging everything in here. And then I'll couple a nest with this weekly imbalance. So this is a monthly and then this is a weekly. I'll see the levels that it's hitting there. And we did hit this high happens to be the top of this. Watch this. Very close. Come on, buddy. Boom. See that guy right there? Come on, guys. Real close. So we're at that 50 here. Do we want to come to this 25? I'm gonna quad this, and then actually it's already quadded. It's up there. I'm gonna move it over. Very close, buddy. And then do we want to come up and tag this or this? Nested with, you know, let's see the 50% over here. 50% of this monthly imbalance is literally in between this 25% and the low. So it's right there. So that's what, so if they want to raid again and come down, if we don't, we don't. This is where we're at, but you know, super fire, keeping it motherfucking simple. Am I missing anything? Look at the 1 hour, look at the bodies. Now the bodies are sitting above the 50% right there too. Like that, yeah. Coupled with that. Just super fire, man. You guys take care. God bless.